Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-month reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of June, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's called Two Sides, One Story, and basically it's a reading that looks upon one single situation, concern, question, problem, relationship you might have in mind, that evaluates kind of the positives and the negatives, the pros and cons of having your energy invested in such, and it guides us through the understanding of the type of shadow and light archetypes being played out in that same very own experience. So if you would like to know more details about it or any other of my services, again, just email me, or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Aries, I do feel like you're trying to find the light throughout mid-June, like you're trying and trying and trying to see the positives in something, to find the silver lining, to find the hope, to not, lose your optimism, on something. But it's a struggle because I feel like you keep being confronted with things that annoy you, that irritate you, that is not at all a picture to what you would like it to be. So there's this thing about this duel between your hopes, your beliefs, versus the facts, versus things that are now happening, and then not kind of lining up with each other, and this putting you in the middle of a position where you start wondering or questioning if your dreams are illusions or if your hopes are illusions or fantasies, unpractical aspirations, or if this is a test of faith, if this is a test of patience, if this is a test on its own. So something might test your hopes. Something might test your spiritual belief, your beliefs in general. Something might feel or something might feel or appear to be, worse than it is. So your perceptions of situations it's really here on the line. And because certain things might carry a lot of emotion with it, this is the thing. For some of you, Aries, if your emotions would not be on the line about whatever this is for you in particular, it would be easier for you to kind of discern and know what you're dealing with. But because there's a certain level of emotion and, an emotion that really speaks to a very special part of you. So this makes you not able to be as objective as maybe in other situations you could be. You have the Four of Cups as your opportunity, so you might have a chance to see something with a different pair of eyes. You have a chance to not dismiss either the importance or the value that something might have. You might have a chance to not miss on an opportunity that you previously rejected, or that you previously again dismissed as not being relevant. Something that maybe you thought wasn't that relevant or that important could end up having importance in mid-June. And again, what to make out of it. So you're like, okay, what now do I make out of this new factor, presence, opportunity, event that is revealing itself to be very different from what I thought? Where do I place it? How do I place it, and how do I relate with it? I feel like some of you might really have this type of uncomfortable experience where you don't know what to do, what to say, how to behave, how to be with someone, or either with someone or within a specific environment you're now in. So there's a little bit of a sense of not knowing how to just be yourself amongst a new thing that it's like you're opening your heart to. There's also something here about some of you Aries opening your heart to something, again, you dismissed before. So you might be opening your heart to obviously a person, but also it could be just opening your heart to experiences that you were very, resistant about or shut down about. So it's like, again, some things that you didn't see, like, as part of the picture that you have in mind with the Star Arcana as being your ideal life. Perhaps it's your ideal life, your ideal lover, your ideal career, your ideal financial situation, your ideal image or looks. Your ideals, the things you imagine, how you imagine them to be, and then again, how they turn out to be, what to make out of it, how to adapt to this new format of such. It's a new format. It feels like the format is new, different, unusual, and you lack perhaps experience or skill, but the content is surprisingly good. Six of Cups, it speaks to your soul. It speaks to a pure side, to your pure essence, to a side that is very healing, very receptive to you and to the best of you, and so to the best of what this other energy also has. So there's a mutual improvement that can be established between your unusual, unthinkable connections during this time. So maybe you saw someone and you didn't like them in the first impression, but then you're now given a chance to really, listen and look at them with more attention, more in depth, and you end up figuring out, after all, I like this person. Is those sort of experiences. For some of you, Aries, you might feel rejected, where you didn't thought that rejection could come. You might feel that you're not being listened to, that you're not being, again, taken in consideration in someone else's picture, in someone else's plan. There could be issues with family, there could be issues with friends, but obviously with love as well. There just keeps being this thing of either you not knowing where to place something, or where to place something or someone, or someone, not knowing how to do that to you, and you're feeling that, and you're acting out in a way that feels like a response of rejection, where you feel rejected, you feel wounded, perhaps even, you feel like, when we say no to a child, I don't know how the translation to this word in English, but when we say no to a child, we're not rejecting the child emotionally, but we're telling them no because of plenty of many reasons. But the child doesn't get that. Maybe we're saying no for a good reason that is even the best for us, and then they react as not wanting to speak, not wanting to do anything, like acting out of an emotion of rejection. And this might happen to you, Aries. You might act out in a more perhaps immature way or hypersensitive way, because you feel rejected, because you feel like emotionally you're not being, again, given either the attention or the response that you would like to have For some of you, you could just feel bored. You could feel like, again, your life is not matching up. It's not matching up to your ideals, to your dreams. You have your dream life, and then you have your life, and perhaps there's a difference upon them, right? And you're struggling to deal with this. Like to accept the moment you are in without, putting in your mind that you're never going to get there. But, being okay with, still being okay with where you are. So constantly throughout mid-June, you might be in a point of dual debate with yourself between two aspects of yourself, two beliefs, two opposite, sides that are trying to find a way of compromise. And you not knowing how to do that, or you not even wanting to do that, because again, you're being challenged in how you believe things should be, the perception you have of how things should be, how things should look, how should things feel, to accept them or receive them or get to know them or get to be a part of them. So when you don't have that, exactly, again, matching your wants and desires, but still being called to deal with it or learn from it or listen to it or relate with it, you see it's like you're being asked something that the universe is the universe is like asking you to, be tolerant, be, open to things that you never wanted to, or you never thought that you had to, and suddenly you find yourself in that position. Or it's like when we're asked to, maybe make a couple of extra hours in our work, and we feel, like we're being taken advantage of. We feel like there's like an abuse there, and we don't want to do it, and all of that. But that can end up, in those 2 extra hours, we get perhaps extra payment. We might, get to know our colleagues better. We might get to know how to do our work better, and also we might find out, things about what we're doing that are completely different, because we spend more time with them, that are completely different from the initial ideas we had in mind about those same very own things. So I hope I'm able to kind of explain this in a way that you can understand and take perhaps to experiences that throughout mid-June you might be facing. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.